guys, what's up? It's Shelly. In today's video, we are going to be going over some Axel stuff. If you need help with your step over and your snap, this is the video for you. So make sure you comment below, let me know if you do any of these exercises and how they go for you. And also, if you can, hit that like button if you like this video. If you need help with some off ice, I am offering off ice lessons via Zoom. Feel free to contact me. My email address is in the description below, and we can set something up for you. And also, I have an exciting announcement at the end of this video, so make sure you're watching all the way to the end. You're not going to want to miss it. Our first exercise is going to be strictly working on the step over and trying to feel the tension that your body creates when you do the step over of the axle. So what you're going to need is a door. You want the door open. You're going to use the door frame kind of as your guide, because when we are jumping this axle, you're going from the left side over to the right side with your body weight. So it kind of works like an axis. So just like how an earth has an axis, your body has different axes, whatever it's called, when you're jumping. When you're going up into an axle on your takeoff, when you're stepping on that left side, your axis is over the left side. Now when you jump and lift to do the step over to the right side, that axis changes from the left side over to the right side. And this is where this exercise is going to really help you feel that change, because it's super important for you to feel this change and this tension when you're trying to get a quick snap for your axle or a quick step over. So we need this door frame. I'm going to take my right hand, put it shoulder level, hold on to the side of the door, and make sure you grip the door. Now I'm going to take my right leg and I'm going to lift it up into the H position. So right now my foot is parallel with the door frame. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically do my step over into that back scratch position. I'm just not going to pull into the back scratch necessarily. So your goal right now is to not step where your foot is right now, but to step into the door frame. And when you finish this exercise, you're going to be in a reversed H position, and this left hand is going to be on the other side of the door frame. So my right hand is still in place, my left hand is here. Okay, so the goal is to feel that change with your axis. So I'm here, and I'm going to literally step over to the right side, but I'm stepping into the door. And when I step, I'm going to pull my body with this right arm. Make sure you keep your core nice and strong. Ready? And I'm going to pull. So if you notice when you do this, when you pull with your right arm to come into the door, you're going to feel your core engage. That is super important to have control over your jump by having that core engage. And of course, that's going to help you with your snap. So we're going to try this again. So I'm here in my H position. I'm holding onto the door, and I'm going to pull myself into the door. Ready? And pull. And your goal is to make it as quick as you can. So right now I'm not literally jumping up and stepping over. I'm just doing a step. I'm making it nice and easy right now, just so I can really feel the change from the left side over to the right side. So I'm here in my H, right hand is on the door frame, and I'm going to pull and step over. And if you notice, right now I'm in the door, so I start outside of the door. As I step, I'm in the door. And you'll notice too, you're holding on to this so you can keep yourself from over-rotating. It's okay to over-rotate, and it's okay to feel that. Just for this exercise, you don't want to be hitting the wall or the door frame or spinning into a dresser. You don't want to do any of that, obviously. So let's try this again. We're here. I'm going to step into the door. Ready? And pull. And it's also very important to note that my eyes are facing forward as I turn this 180 degrees. You don't see me looking over my left shoulder. The moment you start to look over your left shoulder, that's your pre-rotation. We don't want to necessarily pre-rotate our jump or have our head get ahead of us when we're jumping, because that's going to kind of turn into issues down the line. So our next exercise is going to be the floor step pull. And what this does is this floor step pull helps us with that step over position and making it quick and snappy to get into the pull. That's what creates a really nice snap for your axle, is when you get that nice quick step over, and you can, as you're stepping over, you're literally pulling into that back scratch position. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna be going over after the lift. So here you are in your lift. You're gonna take your right leg, put it up in the H position. Your right hand is gonna be over that right leg. Left hand is gonna be out to the side, so your arms are gonna be making an L. Your goal right now is to step with this foot forward. But as you step forward, by the time you hit the ground, you need to be facing the opposite way. You need to turn 180 degrees. So we're going to go here. We are going to step and pull into that back scratch as quick as possible. So step and pull. It'd be easy if you guys are wearing socks, because you could do this right on your carpeting. If you're on a wood floor, just be careful with the snap real quick, because you don't want to accidentally, fall over, lose balance. So first, take it nice and easy. So you're here in your H position. I'm going to step my body forward, pull. That needs to be a very strong and quick motion. And you want to feel your body continue to rotate. If you don't feel that continuous rotation, that is telling you that you're either A, not fully stepping over onto the right side, or B, you're possibly going too slow. So here we are. H. I'm going to step forward, and as I'm stepping forward, I'm going to start rotating. Ready? Pull. So when I do that pull, I am literally taking my body, similar to the last exercise we did, and I'm taking this right side and I'm pulling. It's almost like I'm holding onto a pole or the doorway. I'm pulling my body to that right side so I can get that snap for the rotation. So it's very important to pay attention to that tension that you have with the arm and the leg. So let yourself get a little bit of rotation and go quicker and quicker. It's going to be super helpful for you if you let yourself step forward more. So keep in mind, when we do our axle, not only do we want to just jump up, but we want to jump up and over. If we're just jumping straight up and down, it's going to be actually a lot harder for us to control that nice body position in the air. We'll eventually have our shoulders either getting ahead of our hips. We'll have a lot of little issues starting to arise if you don't also get good distance with your jump as well. So remember, lift and distance are very important, and they work together. So you're here, forward, and scratch. Again. So with this step pull exercise, you could also do this on a set of stairs. Now, the only difference is you're going to be using the bottom stair, and you're going to be using the railing as your door frame to pull you onto that top stair or that bottom stair, wherever you're doing this at. It's going to kind of feel the same way, except with that exercise, you are going to feel the lift. So you're going to feel a little bit more height and more lift as you step up and over to do your snap or your pull into your back scratch. All right, you guys, so our next exercise is going to be a lift click. So what this focuses on is getting that reversed H leg to snap down to the right ankle as quick as you can. So this kind of works on the quickness of that pull or that snap with the legs and arms. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna be in our reversed H this time. So our left leg's gonna be up and our right leg's gonna be down as our skating side. This time, my left arm is going to be over my left leg. My right arm is gonna be here on the right side, so my arms are making an L position. What you're gonna do, you are going to push yourself up off of this right side, and in the air, you wanna squeeze into that air position, so click those heels together or those ankles together, pull the arms in, and then you're gonna land back in this H position. So we're gonna go here, snap, here, snap, here, snap, here, snap, here, snap. So when you snap and you click, your goal is to hit that air position. Your goal is to snap quickly with the free leg, also the arm, get the timing together, and of course to stretch from your head down to your toes. So when I'm up in the air, my toes are pointing down. I'm here in this position. I am not flat-footed. If you jump and you're in your axle and your knees are rebending, that's gonna make your jump smaller and it's gonna kill the lift of your jump. So we don't wanna do that. So once again, we're gonna try this again. We're gonna go lift, click, lift, click, lift, click, lift, click. This also will be a great exercise for you if you're working on any combinations with a loop jump as your second jump. This will really help you with getting that nice snap in that check position to go into the loop. So keep that in mind. This is an exercise that'll help a lot of different things. All right, to kind of help out with that pull, that quickness of the rotation to get that snap, we are now gonna work on that pull in the back scratch a little bit more. So now we're gonna do this with a rotation. We are going to hop in our back scratch position, but an open position. Then we're gonna pull in tight as if we are going into our jump or pulling in our axle, and then we're gonna open back up. So what we're gonna do, just like the last exercise, we're gonna hit this reversed H position. We're gonna have the left arm in front, the right arm out to the side, the left leg is in that H position. I'm going to rotate, hop, 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 pull, 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 hop, 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 pull, 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 hop, 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 pull, 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 pull. So when you guys are pulling in, you wanna make sure that you are speeding up your rotation. So when you're just doing the hops with the arms out, you're gonna hop around a little bit slower. When you pull the arms and legs in, you wanna try to hop as much as you can, as quickly as you can, so you can kind of feel that increase in speed. Now, just an FYI, if you have a spinner, this is actually a great exercise to do on your spinner. If you don't have a spinner, that's okay, you can do the hopping. But if you do have the spinner, you could actually probably spin a little bit quicker and feel that snap a little bit quicker. So, we're open. I'm gonna go slow, and I'm gonna pull and go quick. I'm gonna open and go slow. I'm gonna pull and go quick. I'm gonna open and go slow, pull and quick. All right, so now the next exercise that we're gonna do is the rotation, step, and snap exercise. So what we're gonna do is, we have done this before to help us with our lift and our kick through, but this is also a great exercise to also focus on the step over into the snap of the jump. We are gonna start in this position. So my left hand's gonna be in front. I'm gonna be standing on my left leg. My right leg is gonna be back in a stroking position, and my right arm is gonna be with my right leg. Most of the time when we're doing this axle, our right side moves together during the kick through, and during the step over and snap, it moves together as well. So your arms and your legs on either side kind of stay with each other when you're doing this axle. So what we're gonna do, go slow first. We're gonna hold this position, toe points out. We're gonna hop, 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 hop in that position, okay? So you're gonna hop. First go slow, get used to the exercise. We're gonna hop around. Then I'm gonna take this right side, I'm gonna kick up and through, snap over, and back scratch. We're gonna try that again. Hopefully I don't run into anything. I'm in tight quarters here. We're gonna hop, 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 up, and back scratch. So if you notice on this exercise, I'm not only just working on the step over and the snap into the rotation, I'm working on the kick through too. So this is actually a really great exercise for you to kind of start to blend all of those things together. So you'll notice when I hop around, I kick that right arm and leg up, and while I'm in the air, that's when I want to do that step over into that pull. So your ultimate goal in this exercise is to be in this air position, nice and tight in that air position when you are up in the air. You do not want to be over here waiting for yourself to hit the ice or the ground and then rotate. your whole goal is to kick up and through, get up into that air position, and land to keep that rotation going. So I'm gonna try it again. We're gonna hop. I'm gonna go up, snap. So if you notice, when I kick up in the air, I'm stepping over and snapping as quickly as possible. So eventually when you do this exercise, that's where you wanna get at. You wanna step up, and in the air, you're pulled in, and you're waiting for that landing to happen when you're done with the axle. So this would be a great exercise too if you recorded it, just so you could see how many rotations you're getting around to see if you have that 1.5. Or if you're doing double sow, this is also a really great exercise for you if you're working on that double sow. Ultimate goal is to rotate in the air before hitting the ground and doing that back scratch. All right, you guys, so basically this last exercise that you can do for your axle to work on that snap and that pull is to do a Walsh jump back scratch. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually change it up a little bit. I'm gonna do this with my arms above my head. The reason why I'm doing it with my arms above my head is because when you put your arms above your head, especially for these axle exercises, it really makes you feel or pay attention to what your core is doing and where your body weight's going. Because sometimes, let's face it, there's so many steps in this axle. When you're doing an axle and attempting an axle, do you have time to think about all of these steps before that step comes? No, you don't. You know, usually we're thinking about only one thing. By the time we're done with our axle, we're like, wait a minute, I forgot to do or think about or focus on this step. I was only focusing on my lift. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a Walsh jump back scratch with the arms above the head. And the whole reason for this is for you to feel that change from the left over to the right of that body weight. So right now I'm just gonna do a nice big Walsh jump. I'm gonna kick through, and as I kick through, instead of keeping my arms here, they're gonna come up here. Up, back scratch. So when you're doing this too, that step over into the back scratch that we're doing here, that's similar to our last exercise. So eventually, if you can do this Walsh jump back scratch, but start the back scratch in the air, you will be doing axle. You could even try this with regular arms if you want. And with a nice checkout too. So if I do it with regular arms, I'm gonna jump up and pull. So it's gonna be just like the axle. So basically this exercise is axle. The only difference is that we're slowing down the steps a little bit so our body can adjust or kind of learn what we need to do in order to do this axle. So on that one, what I did was I did my normal Walsh jump back scratch. I took the step over into the back scratch and I made it quicker. And if you notice, what did I do? I did an axle. So this exercise is a great way to kind of work that rotation more and more and to kind of feel those basic steps of this axle a little bit slower. But then eventually, once you get a little quicker with doing those steps, what happens? You do the axle. So even if you do your axle and you land it in a back scratch, totally fine. There's no issues with that. Now, obviously, if you do it in a competition, can you land in a back scratch? No. But this is an amazing way for you guys to kind of start feeling that rotation of the axle. Because let's face it, that rotation of this axle is a little bit daunting and a little bit tricky. But with the right off-ice exercises and on-ice exercises, you'll definitely be able to do it. And a lot of these exercises, you guys, you can do them on the ice. So for example, this Walsh jump into a back scratch, that is an axle exercise that you do on ice. And you can do the same thing on ice. Just try to snap a little bit quicker, squeeze those knees together, squeeze the arms in to the upper body, and you'll be fine. And you'll have this axle and you'll start to over-rotate it, and before you know it, you'll be landing it. So that's the ultimate goal, is to start over-rotating the Walsh jump back scratch more and more. Eventually you get an axle. All right, you guys, so those were the axle snap exercises. I hope you found them helpful. Here's the big announcement. I'm actually gonna be doing a new segment on my YouTube channel, and it's basically to help whoever is in need of help with any element that they're struggling with. So if you are struggling with a skating element, a jump, a spin, it could be as simple as a 3-turn. If you're struggling with any element and you're looking for a little extra help, and if you are okay with me posting it on YouTube to break it down, feel free to email me. My email address is down below in the description. Send me a video of your element that you are struggling with, and what I'm gonna do is I am going to create a YouTube video to help you with that element. So not only am I gonna break this down for you, give you pointers, but if there's anybody else having trouble with this certain element, they're gonna be able to watch it and they're also gonna be able to get help from it. So the whole goal is to help each other out. So if you are okay with your element being on my YouTube video, and if you want help, feel free to contact me below and I will gladly break it down and we'll make a video of it. That way we could help everyone out who is watching, whoever is struggling with that element, because I bet you there's somebody else with that same issue that is looking for some guidance as well. But if you are still wanting some help, and let's say if you don't want your video on YouTube and you don't want to be featured on my YouTube, that's fine. Feel free to still contact me at the email below and I can break it down for you and give you some pointers on what we can do to help you. I will see you in the next video. Until then, stay safe and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.